All right, we're talking about the Northwest Ordinance and the Northwest Territory. So here we go. If you take a quick look, you see that the first thing is Northwest Ordinance, Northwest Territory, and Government. And then if you go right over here to your page, Northwest Ordinance, Government, Legislator, uh, you're good to go. So these things are in order. As you read, just write down, what they mean, like what we talked about. All right, so here we go. The Northwest Territory. The land was measured and ready for sale by 1787. Congress called the Northwest called passed another law called the Northwest Ordinance. This law gave the region a name, the Northwest Territory. So the ordinance was simply giving the area a name, or the region a name, the Northwest Territory. It also set up a plan for its government. A government is the laws and people that run a city, state, country, or territory. The road to statehood. Now, this is going to be an important part. Okay, you got to remember how this works. The road to statehood. The government set up by the Northwest Ordinance could change as the population grew. That is because Congress planned that the Northwest Territory would one day be divided into states. All right, so take a look how it's divided. This red area, we talked about this, was the Northwest Territory. You filled this out. But it was going to be divided into Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, and Michigan. And you already used this map for the 13 colonies. To guide people of the Northwest Territory toward statehood, the Northwest Ordinance outlined a 3-step plan, right? So the Northwest Ordinance not only gave the region a name, but it outlined the plan. So here it is. The first step was to choose leaders, right? The U.S. Congress chose a governor, a secretary, and 3 judges to govern the territory. Arthur St. Clair became the Northwest Territory's first governor in 1788. So if you go over to your sheet, right? If you go right over here, Arthur St. Clair, all right, there it is. Now you know what he's all about and why he's on that list. All right, became the first governor of the territory in 1788. The second step towards statehood would come after at least 5,000 white males had settled in the territory. All right, so for Ohio, we had to have a governor, right, which we did, St. Clair, Arthur St. Clair of the whole territory. And so we had to have 5,000 white males settle the territory. The men then would vote to elect a legislature for the territory. A legislature is a group of people, like the United States Congress, that make laws. And the third step to statehood is that you'd have to reach 60,000 people in that territory. Then the people could write a constitution. So in order for Ohio to become a state, it had to have a legislature, it had to have 5,000 white men and 60,000 occupants in that area, and then they'd have to come up with a constitution. Then they could become a state. So there you have it. That is page 100.